Good day everyone, I am KJ Emma Bayaw and I'm going to report about the socio-economic, political, cultural issues and taxation. And now, let's begin. Now, let's begin about the taxation during the Spanish period. They imposed tax as compulsory to recognize as a part of Spain's sovereignty and cover up the expenses of accession and governance. This topic emphasizes how the Spanish government imposed taxes on Philippines as a part of their colony. The America and the Philippines are required to pay taxes for two reasons. First is the recognition of Spain's sovereignty over the colonies, and number two, to defray the expenses of pacification and governance, or it is the act of forcibly suppressing hostility within the colonies. Taxes were classified into 5 forms in the Philippines. The first tax is tributo. It is a general tax that amounted to 8 reals. This paid by those people like carpenters, bricklayers, those people who work as a construction worker or in a public in nature. Next is the sanctorum. Sanctorum is a tax that amounted of 3 reals for the construction of the churches. And the third is donativo. It is the tax that amounted of half real that is used as military campaign against Muslims. And number 4 is caja de comunidad. It is a tax of 1 real for the infrastructure and construction like repair of bridges, construction of roads, and improvement of the building. Last but not the least is the servicio personal. It is the public service to Spanish government and it presents all the Spanish colonial government. And now, let's proceed to the revolts against the tribute. It occurred in the present-day provinces of Cagayan, Ilocos Norte, and Ilocos Sur in 1589. The native rose in revolt over alleged abuses by the tax collector, including the collection of unjust taxes. In Cagayan and Dingras revolt, Ilocanos, Ibanags, and other Filipinos revolted against alleged abuses by tax collectors, including the collection of high taxes. In this revolt, Filipino natives killed the 6 tax collectors arrived from Vigan because of the injustice about the taxes they paid. This revolt was led by Francisco Maniago, a priest in Pampanga during the 1660s. During that time, Pampanga drew most of the attention from the religious group because of its relative wealth. The fight started but the Spaniards were busy fighting against the Dutch. They have advantage to win from the battle and that's what happened in this revolt. Last is Malong Revolt. This revolt was led by Andres Malong, who led some natives in Pangasinan to take up arms against the Spanish government. In this revolt, he proclaimed himself as a king of Pangasinan. During the 19th century, the tax reform of 1884 was introduced by the Spaniards. It has 2 important provisions. First is the replacing tribute to cedula tax, and number 2 is the reduction of 40-day annual forced labor to 15 days. And the next is the cedula personales. Residents, Spaniards, foreigners, and natives that were above 18 years old are required to obtain cedula. However, Chinese were exempted to pay another spoil tax. Now, I am going to tell you about the lessons that I learned. First, I learned about the different taxation in the past and now, and because of the abusive Spaniards, the Filipino revolts for their rights. And we need to fight for what is right and justifiable. Don't let other people abuse or drag you down for their own benefits. How it will affect the Filipinos. The Filipinos will learn about what are experiences and challenges that our ancestors faced that time. Moreover, it showed us that living in a colonized would give many changes to our usual doings in daily lives. Furthermore, it taught us how important to stand against the wrong if you know you're in the right path. Lastly, the Filipinos will appreciate the importance of our history in our time right now.